AM 560, The Answer.
Now, from the Signature Bank Studios. Only the biggest stories, only the biggest guests, and only the biggest opinions. This is AM 560, The Answer.
All right, we're going to take a break. Politics? Well, can you really ever take a break from politics?
No, it's in everything.
I tell my kids it's political.
It's in everything.
Because of the bad decisions that the Biden administration has made. We have, I don't know if you saw this, but an illegal in Massachusetts caught with a firearm, which, whatever, he was in one of the shelters there. But also, guess what he had?
What?
$1 million worth of fentanyl. 28-year-old Leonardo Sanchez, an illegal alien from the Dominican Republic, was arrested by the Revere Police Department and was in possession of that loaded AR-15 rifle with 3 magazines and 10 pounds of fentanyl. The illegal alien supply of fentanyl, the deadly drug that has claimed the lives of hundreds of thousands of Americans, amounts to 2.2 million lethal doses. Wow. No, not street value, 2.2 million lethal doses.
Wow.
And I know, and we've talked about this, I've been to fentanyl funerals. It's horrific.
Yeah.
Because, and we used to tell my players, do not take any pills, do not take any marijuana. This stuff is laced.
Yeah.
Somebody is trying to kill you, and nobody, or if they don't kill you, get you addicted.
Yeah.
So that you want more.
Right.
And that is this vicious cycle. And I can't wait for Trump to get into office to end this.
Well, you know,
or try to at least.
We in Illinois, we were the first to do major heroin reform. And
Heroin
reform, and I was the chief Republican sponsor of the bill.
Wow. Well, one family that all knows too much about addiction is Brian Leonard Sr. He's founder of BWL Boxing Solutions, and they're opening up a new gym in honor of somebody that they love, that they have lost due to addiction. Mr. Leonard, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you with Dan and Amy?
We're great. Well, actually, John Anthony's in today for Dan.
Oh.
Hello.
Okay.
So
Hi,
tell us about your son.
Well, first of all, they have to stop fentanyl from coming over the border.
Yep.
It's just nuts. But besides that, so my son was a typical 3-sport kid, very, very active. Then getting into high school, started having some injuries, obviously, because that's how it happens.
Did he play football?
He played football, yes.
Okay, what 3 sports? So football, basketball, baseball? Just guessing?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So he had some injuries, and then what happened?
So after one surgery on his shoulder, we noticed that he was it was getting a little different, and we found out that after they stopped the painkillers, that he was finding other things to mask the pain, and this was on and off through. He would have really good periods and then have another surgery, and the same damn thing would happen again. So we're on pins and needles all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's no way to live. So your son, Brian Leonard Jr., 38 years old, died fentanyl overdose on March 20th, 2024. But the times that were good, what would he do to help battle his addiction? What helped him stay positive and productive?
A lot of it was exercise.
Mm-hmm.
When he they always say when a kid's in high school and he can't play the sport because he's hurt, things go south. Well, that's how it's been with him all the way through his life. So he would always have a very big exercise regimen, and it was wrapped around boxing. He was involved. My brother helps out doing a boxing program downtown Chicago, and my son for at-risk kids. And my son was going there for at least 10 years, helping, mentoring staying active, helping develop these programs. So when it really got bad, he just would work out twice as hard.
Okay. And so you and your brother are planning to open a boxing gym. Tell us where and when and all the details.
So first of all, it's BV, V as in Victor, L,
Okay.
Jim.
Sorry. I'm a name assassinator. I'm sorry. You should have been forewarned before you came on the show. BVL Gym, Boxing Solutions Gym.
Now, this was the brain. Brian created the idea. My son Joey put it together and made it happen. So I think he's probably the better one to speak on the actual physical gym since he did all the work.
So I'm here right now too. Essentially, we back in February of 2024, Brian and I were just kind of talking, and we're like, what could be good for the future? What could we do? What's the whole thing of like after you get out of rehab? What's the hardest part? And Brian looked at me and he goes, the hardest part is day one, when you are on your own, when you just have to figure it out yourself. So we were kind of like brainstorming different ideas of like, what could we do to help the community? What could we do to, fight this, problem that we have here? And one of the things that got brought up was a boxing gym. So we, after he passed away, it was about April, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put this down on paper. I'm going to, just see how this goes. And it has just naturally flourished into what it is now of this gym that's going to be a very safe, a very just good community-driven gym that, kind of is there for everybody to be able to just relax and go work out and live their life and be happy. So that's kind of where it started.
And Joe, you're coaching kids at Mercy Home for Boys and Girls in Chicago?
No, so my brother, Brian, he was the one that was coaching everybody at Mercy Home. So my uncle has the gym, and then my brother was doing volunteer work there. I was also there, too. I was kind of more in the shadows, just kind of, I was more or less being the punching bag, for everyone to kind of, just learn.
I've been a punching bag, too. It's not fun. But sometimes it's cathartic, yes.
You got to do what you got to do, but yeah, Brian was the one who he was really getting involved with all of them there, coaching, training, kind of because he was able to, relate to a lot of these kids. A lot of these kids were having problems, out on the streets and all of that, and he was able to make those connections and then actually have them. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times, the kids would walk up to him after and be like, hey, I can't thank you enough for, having this program. It has really helped me kind of keep my head on straight.
Wow.
So all of these things of, of opening a gym, back at Mercy, all that stuff's kind of, it's more or less in our blood, and as I say, like my dad, my mom and dad both, instilled us to, do good for others, help people out, do what you can do, use your skills and abilities. And boxing has been a big skill for our family. So that's where it kind of came into, well, this is just perfect. I mean, this is exactly what is needed. It's something different. It's something more, it's something that people don't really look for, especially, in recovery, especially coming out of rehab.
That's true. Have you guys connected with any other community groups? My good friend John Roberts from HERO, Heroin Epidemic Relief Organization. That's a great organization to connect with. He goes around to high schools doing like these. He brings these rooms in a trailer to show parents how these kids hide a lot of drugs in plain sight, and parents are clueless to it. I'm thinking about, have you connected with a lot of the juvenile courts to have a connection or to help these kids who've been sentenced, or so that they're not sentenced to a criminal or going to jail and things of that nature?
Or the juvie center?
The juvie center, connecting with these type of people. Have you guys, have you opened, first of all, and have you made these community connections?
So as far as so Hero, we met with Jan a few times at Hero.
Yeah.
And we my niece, who's helping us out, has talked to John. We actually asked John to kind of be on our board.
Awesome.
I don't know. So
I'll call him and push him.
This is great. We're getting things done. But you open January 11th, which
Well,
is
go ahead,
tomorrow, right?
So we're doing an open house tomorrow, and then we should be good to go opening at the 15th now.
Okay. And can anybody come in, or do you have to have an addiction, or can you, if you want to take up boxing, can you join your gym?
So it's a gym for all.
Okay.
We want to have it open to everybody, because even when you don't have an addiction, everybody still has something, something going on. Everybody's got their thing, everybody's got their own problems. And again, we want this to just be a place for community. It's not singling anybody out. It's not, you have this, then, we only want those people in here. It's like, no, we want everybody to be in there, just to be around a positive environment, a good community, everybody kind of motivating each other. That's what we're pushing for. So it will be open for everybody.
Wow.
All right. And it's called BVL Boxing Solutions Gym.
Yeah. My good friend Kenny Gallo, he has a place in Manuka called K-Fit, where he brings in Parkinson's people who suffer from Parkinson's, and that has been. Would you accept people like that as well?
Absolutely. I mean, we're kind of planning on hitting all different categories. We're right now, building the model and starting it kind of where we're at right now, and then we plan to expand in every category we possibly can. There's so much room for growth and so much room for these different categories of people that we'll be able to get proper people in place to specifically help in each of these areas. That's the plan.
I love this idea, actually.
I know. Where can people find more information?
At bvlboxingsolutions.com.
Okay, bvlboxingsolutions.com. Brian and Joe, thank you so much for all that you do, and we really appreciate it. And again, bvlboxing.com is going to be a gym that's going to be opening up in Mokina. So that's close to you.
Right down 80.
Right down, yes, your favorite road.
Yeah, oh, yes.
All right, Brian and Joe, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And they joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
Listen to Dan and Amy on your smartphone. Download the AM560 mobile app today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Hello, Patriots. It's time to celebrate McHenry County. Join We the People of McHenry County on Monday, January 20th for an evening celebration of the inauguration of number 47, President Donald Trump. This is a great opportunity to have fun and celebrate with your McHenry County friends and neighbors. The special guest host will be Gene Ives, host of the radio show The Real Story on AM 560 and founder of Breakthrough Ideas.